I really want to show young girls that they can be athletes too. I've struggled with imposter syndrome, and I've really had to ground myself in why I play. I play because it's fun. I like to compete. I like to show it with my teammates. I like to push myself to be the best. And I think being out there and doing that for them and having other people see and potentially think that, hey, that can be me one day, that's really exciting.
I know I've struggled in my own life to take up space, and I think that it's so amazing that the ultimate field has changed that for me. That I can get out there and I'm like, no, I know I am a good cutter and I know what I need to do here and I know my role on the team. And I think that it's just helped me open up so much. It's also led to more confidence for myself, and I really want for other women and non-binary folk to see that, oh, they're out there doing this. How do I get into that? What does that look like? What's my role there?
I really liked a combination of both endurance and shorter, more competitive sprints, and then also going up directly against players. And I think that also is what attracted me to Ultimate as well. Understanding what you're capable of doing is just a really great experience that kind of drives you to just get better at those individual skills in sports.
My Ultimate story, I've been fortunate to have coaches and friends in the community to encourage me to be the player that I am today and ultimately fall in love with the sport of Ultimate. So I hope that the Western Ultimate League, like this program we have today, the Open Side, we continue to connect and welcome new fans and future players and continue growing this community that we all love. I think hopefully one day that someone will fall in love with the sport as much as I love it.
I think that's the biggest thing for me, is just knowing that we're giving an opportunity and visibility to the sport for young women. It's the best
Let's go
thing.
one more time.
Oh,
yeah! Oh yeah!
baby!
Cody!
A beautiful evening here on the campus of DU as we get set for an exciting game of Ultimate Frisbee here for the Western Ultimate League Colorado Showcase. We've got the Team Ice versus the Team Fire, some of the best players of the Western Ultimate League coming together for a fun game. For all fans and players, it's going to be exciting to watch. Welcoming you inside the broadcasting booth, Christian Sayas here, joined by Emily Brixey. And Emily, this is exciting. We get to watch some of these players who just finished their season coming out here, having a good time. You've had some experience with some of these players as well. Talk to me a little bit about what this moment means for some of these ladies out here on the field.
Yeah, thanks, Christian. It's great to be here. So this is just a really exciting game. This is the first time Colorado is hosting a professional women's ultimate game here. So as a female ultimate player, it is so exciting to see ladies coming out and playing at this really, really high level. The crowd is pumped up. The Colorado Summit just won their game, so we're running on a high from that and looking forward to seeing these athletes perform.
Yes, and we were kind of talking about it before the game. This is similar feel to an all-star game in some sorts. You've got some of the best players from the league coming together for these two teams. As a former player, as a player kind of coming back yourself, talk to me a little bit about just getting to experience something like this where you're not really playing in a high-stakes environment, but you're getting to just go out there and have fun.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. These players are just looking to make big plays. It's an opportunity for people that have been playing against each other all season to come together and get to see what their connections look like with some of their opponents from the season.
Yes, it's going to be a lot of fun, and also fun for the fans as well, as the fans get an opportunity to see everything that's going on. But right now, we're going to take a moment to send you to the PA announcer and down to the field for our ceremonial first poll from the former mayor, Zan Jones.
Representing the San Diego Super Blues from Humboldt, California, number 5, Kayla Helton. Representing the Arizona Sidewinders from Monterey, California, number 11, LP Aragon. Representing the Arizona Sidewinders from Sandy, Utah, number 12, Megan Maxfield. Representing the Arizona Sidewinders from Albuquerque, New Mexico, number 14, Jade McLaughlin. Representing the Arizona Sidewinders from Denver, Colorado, number 15, Elise Dobrowski. Representing the Arizona Sidewinders, from Twin Cities, Minnesota, number 16, Sam Hyland. Representing the San Francisco Falcons, from Chicago, Illinois, number 23, Sally Mims. Representing the Arizona Sidewinders, from Albuquerque, New Mexico, number 25, Marilyn Wright. Representing the Oregon Onyx, from Seattle, Washington, number 29, Greta Eisenberg. Representing the San Francisco Falcons, from Calabasas, California, number 42, Jacqueline Nguyen. Representing the Arizona Sidewinders, from Chandler, Arizona, number 77, Cynthia Thomas. Representing the Oregon Onyx, from Rockford, Illinois, number 85, Emily Blender. Representing the Los Angeles Astra, from Arlington, Virginia, number 89, Lexi Roy. And representing the Arizona Sidewinders, from Detroit, Michigan, number 19, Betsy Bass. Ladies and gentlemen, Team Ice. Boys. Representing the Seattle Tempest, from Bogota, Colombia, number 2, Jennifer Ricuarte. Representing the San Diego Super Blue, from Escondido, California, number 4, Christian Pajunas. Representing the Utah Wild, from Eugene, Oregon, number 5, Gabby Opterheide. Representing the Los Angeles Astra, from Tahunga, California, number 8, Caitlin Weaver. Representing the Los Angeles Astra, from Rockville, Maryland, number 12, Maggie O'Connor. Representing the Arizona Sidewinders, from Golden, Colorado, number 13, Liz Murphy. Representing the San Francisco Falcons, from Minneapolis, Minnesota, number 15, Audrey Sheehy. Representing the Utah Wild, from Colorado Springs, Colorado, number 17, Melinda Holby. Representing the San Diego Super Blues, from Hacienda Heights, California, number 20, Kelly Iwamoto. Representing the Utah Wild, from South Jordan, Utah, number 22, Kira Hundrich-Ukova. Representing the Utah Wild, from Plainsboro, New Jersey, number 27, Lucia Way. Representing the Utah Wild, from Pleasant Grove, Utah, number 29, Brittany McCready. Representing the Los Angeles Astra, from Burbank, California, number 47, Dina Kelly Miller. Representing the Arizona Sidewinders, from Laverne, California, number 48, Aubrey Beecher. Representing the Arizona Sidewinders, from Albuquerque, New Mexico, number 33, Alex Engel. And representing the Utah Wild, from Grand, Washington, number 99, Jen Cogburn. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for Team Fire. Fans, at this time, let's get ready for today's ceremonial first poll. Throwing out the first poll this evening, former Mayor of Boulder, Dan Jones, is going to be commissioner. Commissioner Felicia Yang. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for Mayor Jones and Commissioner Yang.
Well, the stage is set here at DU, and the teams are just about ready to get underway here. And we just saw a phenomenal ceremonial first pull by former Mayor of Boulder, Zan Jones, who was out there. And you mentioned that she actually has a history with Ultimate.
Yeah, she looks like she's out there wearing a hijinks jersey. I believe that she is on the going to Worlds in Ireland here in the next couple of weeks.
Wow, impressive! Yeah, and we talk about the roots of Ultimate here, especially in Colorado. We just watched the Colorado Summit, the expansion team, get to move forward in their game, and it's a 7-0 on the season so far. The last game right before this, and now we're getting to see relatively an all-star game in a way here for the WUL, the Western Ultimate League, as the coin toss is taking place right now on the field. It looks like Fire is going to receive. So Fire will receive the first pull to start off the game. Players exchanging high fives and getting set. We are just about ready to get underway.
Let's get this Colorado Showcase started. Make some noise for Team Ice and for Team Fire.
Well, at this time, we want to thank Phil Long Family of Dealerships for providing cars to our WUL players visiting from out of town, offering over 3,000 new and pre-owned vehicles. Experience Phil Long and drive Colorado. Online anytime at phillong.com. A nice view of our crowd that we have on hand here today for this game, and the excitement still continuing after that last game. Colorado Summit with a nice win, and now the momentum just gets to continue right into this game here. Not as much high stakes for these ladies out here as the game before that. This one just kind of an all-star game, and for a lot of these players, it's a chance to get to play again, to get to showcase some skills as the name of this game represents. And so it's a lot of fun, and I can imagine these players looking forward to this one a lot. Crowd's getting ready. The Ice finishing up their huddle as the Fire, they're already out there on the field.
They're fired up. They're ready to go.
They are fired up. And you can see, too, these players are rocking their jerseys from the team that they're coming from. And so that's kind of cool to be able to see where these players are coming from, the cities and the states that they're representing. And just coming off for Seattle, specifically the Tempest, coming off of a championship, the first championship officially for the WUL. And so Seattle, a couple players making their way up to Denver to compete in the showcase, as well as players from other teams. And it's just an exciting atmosphere here to be able to kind of bring the sport to Denver and bring it in front of these fans that are really excited to watch some good Ultimate.
And that's Coach Allie Boyd on the screen just there. She's also captaining Hijinks, the team going to Grandmasters Worlds.
Yeah, you mentioned too that there were some coaching changes beforehand, where some of the coaches who were supposed to be coaching actually are now playing. Kind of talk to us a little bit about what happened with that.
Well, it sounds like there were some injuries or some change-ups. So Betsy Bash and Alex Daniels are now playing for the respective teams that they were going to be coaching. And now we have Allie Boyd coaching for the Ice, and Jessica Larson coaching for the Fire today, two local players.
Cogburn going for it and diving for the Fire, and she picks up the first goal of the game on a nice play. Oh, they're going to say she was early and right away. It's 1-0. That was a great play right off the bat. Jen Cogburn and wild player getting Team Fire off to a hot start here early in the first.
Here it is again. Little too far, but no problem for Cogburn.
Athleticism showing off early. And good catch there, seeing that she was just a little bit short of that goal line. Able to step back, reset, and finish the play and put one on the scoreboard. So now a chance for the Ice to answer with their own here in the first. We got 12-minute quarters here. Just about a minute underway here in Denver. Pull coming from the Fire, off to the ice. And fielded up near the midline. We'll see, how these offenses can kind of start out. Obviously, we saw Team Fire getting off to an offensive start.
That one,
yep, a bit of a miscommunication there, and we were kind of talking about that a little bit earlier as well. The fact that a lot of these players really haven't played together, so there might be a bit of a transition period for these players to adjust and get used to building that chemistry with each other.
Exactly.
Right now,
good handler movement.
Now Fire moving it up pretty quickly here. AV looking for someone in the goal. Now she's going to throw it up into pressure, and some good defense there for Team Ice, dropping it down, and now they're going to reset. So Aragon passes it up far side of the field. Their first offensive play ended in a miscommunication, so now they're looking to create something more offensively here at point. Surveying the field. Sam Mylan with it on point. She passes it up top. Aragon. Back to Mylan. Mylan just kind of playing catch with it with Aragon. Now they move it forward. And now they're going to look deep down the field, and this one's too far out of the reach of Cynthia Thomas, who was down there. That's going to be incomplete.
So Fire here has another opportunity to convert this D, get another point on the scoreboard.
Yeah, so now the Fire with the lead 1-0, they will have a break chance here. As they pass it up and just out of the reach of the diving
Liz Murphy.
Murphy just couldn't quite come down with it. And now it looks like it's going to go back to the ice. Back on offense. Nice diving play there on the pass. Trying to kind of build this offense here for the Ice. Snagged out of the air there. And she's looking deep. Up with it, and a collision there going for the pass. It's going to be incomplete. It looks like they were looking for the officials to see if there was a call.
Looks like the Ice player changed her mind.
So the Fire will take over here.
So in WUL games, players are the ones that make the calls, and they can decide within 15 seconds to go to an observer if they'd like an observer ruling.
That was a nice example of that there, and now the Fire with a chance here on the break. And we've got a little wind coming in now, blowing some of our stuff out of the booth, and you know the wind is not going down the field, and the wind completely deadens that pass up the middle. And it's been pretty docile so far this evening, but just picking up in waves here as the pass well off to the left side. And another break chance for the Fire. Oh, excuse me. Oh yeah, it will be for the Fire, so Melinda Alvey will take it at point.
Stop.
Alvey up top.
Stop.
Alvey has to go up top, just mistimed her jump as that one floated up. Seeing that wind kind of
popped it up a little bit.
Pushing the disc up a little higher, and that one, both sides struggling to complete their passes here. Trying to make something happen. Too low. Looked like we got a little foul. Yep, we got a little contact on that pass. So the Fire still with it on the break. 1-0 to score early here in the first quarter. Pass goes up and deflected into the hands of Team Ice. And now Ice will rush back to their side, and just a pass too far on the left side intended for Felicia Yang. And it's incomplete, back to the Fire. So we talk about, these teams kind of trying to work together here, both offensively and defensively. A lot of these players playing together for the first time, as we're going to see a little deep pass up the middle, and reaching over and just couldn't quite get enough of that.
And the wind is not helping with that lack of chemistry.
Yeah, it's hard enough when you're trying to kind of learn how to play with each other, and then you've got the disc flying everywhere. It's hard to control it there, as you know.
And let's see if they can settle in. Fire's approaching the red zone here. Might be a good opportunity for them to finally get that break.
So when that wind starts coming in, I mean, how do you change your approach to kind of deal with that? Because it's a challenge, especially I would imagine taking those deep shots to deal with that wind.
Yeah, players are going to have to adjust their throws. One of the challenges for them is they didn't get to warm up with wind. This just started just a couple minutes ago, so they're still probably calibrating their own throws, calibrating to their new teammates. So we expect to see a few turnovers, but hopefully they can turn it around here.
Yeah, a timeout called by Team Fire. And you know, another thing we were mentioning as well is the fact that some of these players have actually already played today. Talk to me a little bit about that. I mean, some of these players are coming from previous games.
Yes, so one of the great things about the WUL is that the season typically doesn't intersect at all with the club season, but this postseason showcase game is happening in the same weekend of a Colorado club opening tournament, Colorado Solstice. So there are, I think, 6 or 8 players who have already played a full tournament today. We'll see if they're warmed up or worn out.
Yeah, exactly. That is the question. You know, that can either be a good thing or a tough thing, as we see the wind there blowing the flag, and really, it's actually, even that isn't horrible, but we've seen some gusts that have swept in here and kind of taken it away. But yeah, you know, it's whether or not these players are used to playing at elevation too. That can definitely play a factor. And when you're going from playing a tournament earlier in the day to, you know, finishing off with a showcase, especially something that is more for fun, you know, not as high stakes. You're out here having a good time, but that does play a toll. You know, your adrenaline is kind of spent already earlier in the day.
Exactly.
So we'll see how that impacts some of these players so far. But a 1-0 game early in this first quarter. Fire with a quick goal to start off, but we have seen that wind kind of pick up right after that first goal, and both sides have been struggling to complete their passes from that point on. Team Ice with it.
Look to Jade, and she's going to come down with it.
Yeah, Jade timed that one perfectly. You saw her kind of adjust to the wind there and pass it back. Jade once again looking for another goal there and keeps her feet inbounds for the goal, and she's fired up, spikes it down, and it's 1-1. Fire and Ice.
And these two players, Jade McLaughlin and Marilyn Reich, were 2 of the players who played earlier today on Shame.
So there you go. We see an answer there for Team Ice, coming back for it on a nice little offensive play. That was a good angle, too, to be able to see kind of the way that wind pushed the disc up as well, but nice job adjusting. And a perfect execution for the finish. Doesn't get much better than that. And she knew it. She's fired up.
She is. Does she know she's on Team Ice, though?
Right. Yeah, right. Gonna have to cool it down a little bit out there, guys. They're having a lot of fun. And a good crowd on hand as well. The atmosphere, the fans still filling in. Getting ready for the pull here. Throws it up and lets the wind kind of float it off to on the far side of the field. It's going to drop down near the quarter line. And Kira's going to start it. Kira, one of the many wild players on Team Fire.
I think Lush coming in the middle, setting that handler spot.
That one just got deadened.
Short.
A little bit short, and it'll be a break opportunity now for the Ice. Ice with good field position. Quick little pass up, and it's completed. Helton gets rid of it. And now Helton will break left. Back to Helton. Helton. Nice pass completed right there. Up in the middle, a little low pass, but gobbled up there for Sally Mims. And Mims makes it 2-1 for the Ice.
Elise did a great job of finding that open player, just sitting right in the end zone. Her defender went to go help on that strike, and Elise just looked upfield and found that open player, made it easy.
We're saying even we're seeing though, even on some of these easier passes, it's looking like it's a little bit harder than it normally is. That when kind of pushing some of these passes down, that one you could see kind of brought up by the shoelaces of Mims. She still brings it down and gets a high five from McLaughlin, and it is 2-1. So the Ice, after falling behind to start off this game, have come back and taken their first lead of the game with 5 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And now they will be given the possession right back to the Fire. Good pull there. Betsy Bosch. Now Team Fire back and forth. Taking a few steps, almost batted down. Good grab there both times. And that one just floating too high over. And Emily Flanders comes up with it, and a great defensive play there. Kristen Pajunas knocks it down. We're seeing the defense coming out to life for both of these teams. Fire making their way upfield, near the red zone. Pajunas with it, looking for an opening. Now just about 3 yards out.
Great handler defense.
And Gabby trying to find another opening. She gives it back to Cogborn. Cogborn surveys the field. Now she's looking for a goal, up with it, and completed for a goal is Caitlin Weaver. Weaver from Santa Barbara, California comes down with it and ties it up at 2.
Scored by the Fire from number 8, Caitlin Weaver.
So an early, we can tell that early on in this game, these two teams are pretty evenly matched.
Here's that great hand block.
Just great awareness.
Pajunas was the Ulti-World Defensive Player of the Season, so those hand blocks are what got her there.
That is exactly correct. A nice execution to finish it. Caitlin Weaver. We've got some very good players on both sides. You know, you talk about Pajunas being the Defensive Player of the Year for San Diego. We have the runner-up for the Defensive Player of the Year, Lexi Roy, on Team Ice. And as well as the Player of the Year on Team Ice, Kayla Helton. So a couple talented players, or a handful of talented players, I should say, on both teams, but decorated players as well. The Ice with it now. Trying to formulate an offensive play. As we're going to see this one going deep on the Hawk. Can the wind knock it down? And just through the fingertips as Sally Mims, who came down with a goal earlier, just couldn't quite hold on to that low pass. We saw that disc just kind of die midair. And she had to adjust. Almost came down with it, but instead it goes to a break chance for Team Fire. Tie game here with just over 3 minutes remaining, and Team Fire loses it on the break.
Looks like there might be a call on this D.
Yep, they're talking about it. And that was the call. So Team Fire will maintain the break. And gets it up past midfield. Good pass up the middle. Trying to finish it here to get the lead back for the Fire. And just a mishandling on the pass there for the Fire. We'll turn it back over on offense, on point for Team Ice. So an opportunity there for the Fire, just couldn't execute on it. We're starting to see the chemistry, though, for both teams. Starting to play a little bit better as they're starting to get used to how their offense and defense is being run.
And Helton's really just running this offense right now, just about every other. Getting that disc in the center.
Passing it down, wide open, and corralled in the end zone for a goal. Oh, no, they're going to say she was short. They're going to say her knee was down short, so they complete it there. I think everyone thought she was in, but an easy pass to complete it for the goal. 3-2. The Ice back on top by 1. McLaughlin finishes it.
Here's that great huck look. Oh no, this is the miss grab.
Yeah, it was a good look, just a bit out of her reach.
Worked the second time though. Second time's the charm.
Yeah, right. All you need is one. Only needed to work once. Right now, 1 is the lead they carry as they will be giving it back to Team Fire. Fire's offense has slowed down a little bit since that first goal. Another good pull for Team Ice. Sets up good defensive position. Team Fire now trying to make something happen.
Looks like Ice is coming down in a little bit of a saggy handler set, D.
Bajunas and Way going back and forth. Way with it. And she's going for Pajunas, and Pajunas just can't quite come down with it. The effort was there, the pass just a bit outside. So now, Team Ice with a break. 2-on-1, down the field and just out of the reach. That would have been a tough pass to complete anyways. Good defensive positioning there for the Fire. So Team Fire now back with it with an opportunity. Pajunas on point.
Great
Nice.
movement.
Nice passing. Thought about taking a look down the field was Weaver. She decided not to. And that one tipped and knocked down. So a good play there to get it back in possession of the Ice. Ice up near their own bench. Good little floater up and grabbed. Cynthia Thomas surveys the field. She's got someone open. Gets it to Felicia Yang. Yang up the middle and brought down at the knees for another goal. So a break point for the Ice, and that is their biggest lead so far with just 25 seconds remaining in the first quarter. It is 4-2. Crowd likes it. Players like it. Right now, the Ice with a nice little lead. So now the Ice getting ready to send it back with just over 25 seconds officially on the clock, 25.4 seconds remaining in this first quarter, 12-minute quarters. The Ice commanding a 4-2 lead. Fire trying to take advantage of maybe a quick offensive pull, but wow, that pull stayed up there for a long time. Took about almost 10 seconds off the clock, but they're going to go deep with it, trying to gauge it, and a beautiful pass. Trying to complete it here. They've got about 6 seconds here. Trying to finish it, 2 seconds. Gonna have to get rid of it.
We're at time, but we'll play through this possession.
And they finish the possession here. Trying to finish it off in this first quarter with a point, trying to make it a 1-point quarter.
Seeing some great handler movement, lots of patience in the red zone. They really want this.
Fire really working it, trying to get it through, and they complete it for a goal. 4-3 is where we stand going into the second quarter as this game neck and neck. But we expected that. You know, this is what we were hoping for in this all-star matchup, this Colorado Showcase for the Western Ultimate League. We've seen some highlights here early in the first, and now we got a close game going into the second quarter. We're going to step aside, but in a couple minutes, we'll be back with quarter number 2 right here from DU. The Western Ultimate League is sponsored by Breakmark Apparel. They make our players and our fans look great on or off the Ultimate field. Shop the full line of Western Ultimate League team gear at breakmark.com. A nice view of Denver University, the campus here, silhouetted in almost sunset time here in Denver as the players, the fans enjoying the first quarter of action. We just finished the quarter break. We are ready for quarter number 2. 12 minutes on the clock. The score 4-3. The Ice leading over the Fire in this Colorado Showcase for the Western Ultimate League. An exciting opportunity for these players to be able to come out here and get another game in and just enjoy competing. It's a fun atmosphere to be a part of.
The Ice are receiving this one. Well, it looks like we were going to the wrong side.
Yeah, they're all figuring it out, right? Some of these players, like you said, they've already played a couple games today. They're not out here to think; they're out here to play. That's what I always say. Just out here to have a good time. Looks like they've got it all figured out. And the Team Ice will be receiving off the pull. And that first quarter, we saw some pretty good offense on both sides, but really I think it looked to me like players were starting to adjust to not only playing with some new players and new teammates, but also some of the elements. You know, we saw that wind kind of play a factor in that first quarter. The wind's kind of died down a little bit, but you know, it's really just kind of learning to adjust throughout this game as we go through these next few quarters.
Definitely. The team that adjusts first is probably going to win this game.
Good pull there. We'll get it started. Team Ice with it. A little bit of a low pass, but it's completed. Up the middle. Ice going to huck it. Looking down the field for McLaughlin. McLaughlin up with it, and she comes down with it for the goal. So the Ice extend the lead 5-3 almost immediately to start off this quarter. We saw that to start the game. Team Fire was actually the one that got off to a hot start. They started off with a quick goal. Now, this time around, the Ice getting off to a freezing hot start to start off this second quarter. I'm gonna have to stop. I'm gonna have to stop using hot or cold narratives as we describe these plays.
Great grab.
And pretty good defense too. Just was able to, really get up over her defender and bring it down.
I think Jade had almost perfect receiving stats this last season in WUL.
That helps to have a player like that on your team.
It's in her vicinity, she will come down with that.
Right, and as a playmaker, that helps so much, even just in your confidence, knowing that it doesn't have to be an exactly perfect throw. That if you, like you said, just kind of get it in their vicinity, they're going to at least make a good athletic play. And And that works wonders on the confidence.
Great grab, another great example of these big targets that these athletes are.
Yeah, just get it close. They'll make a play. Another one going deep for Team Fire, and looks like she lost it in a blind spot there as that one is knocked down. So now Team Ice will take over. Team Ice with a 2-goal lead. Just under 11 minutes as they stop the clock. Looks like they're trying to reset the timing on that. Clock was running as they're switching out a player. Officials still discussing something right now. They did stop the clock, so we're at 10 minutes and 55 seconds, and now they will pick it up and get going. Looking up the middle, in traffic, and incomplete.
And for anyone at home who may not know, the stall count in these WUL games is only 7 compared to the normal 10 with normal USAU rules.
Yes, there are some different differences in the rules. Talk to me a little bit about that as well, because I know a lot of our audience might be coming from just watching the Colorado Summit playing. The game before this. I mean, there are some specific differences in how the WUL officiates their games as well.
Yeah, similar field size. There are no double teams in the WUL league versus you can in the AUDL, so that's an interesting difference. Oh, great D.
Yeah, and almost
great
actually
play
came
by
down with
Flash.
it. Yeah, that hammer pass was closer than I think it looked like it was coming from the booth, but good pass and almost a great grab on the other side.
Fire coming back down with this disc. They have to work it all the way up the field, though.
They haven't had too much problems here in the second quarter.
Dietrich.
Going down for it and making the grab. Almost 3/4 the length of the field, now looking to complete it and finish it. And that is exactly what they will do. Team Fire marches their way down the field to complete the goal with Caitlin Weaver on the receiving end. I think they heard you when you said that they had to march all the way up the field, because that's exactly what they did almost immediately after you said that.
It's, and it's hard not to put that deep look to Aubrey Dietrich. She's a huge target, great receiver. We're going to get to see that huck again.
She was eyeing it too.
Beautiful. Great fake. Makes it easy for that receiver.
And great coverage there as well.
Yeah.
It's not like that was a wide open pass. And an easy finish there to Weaver. That's her second goal of the night. And now Team Fire right back in it, down by 1. A manageable lead for the Ice. That pull bounces off on the white line. And now it's the Ice's chance to come back. Eisenbray.
Another huck.
Eisenbray is looking down for Helton. Helton going to have to go one-on-one. Trying to box out, and it's just over her head and incomplete.
Great play by the defender there. Really great positioning. Great read on the disc.
So now Team Fire with a break chance. And great block there for Helton. Helton got a finger on it, and now they're discussing it. I think Way might be wondering if, saying that there was some contact. They're discussing it.
See it. Hard to tell when she released it from that play.
Yeah, it was tough to tell, but she reacted right away. Regardless, the Ice will have it. So they ended up going with it, and right away, the Ice pick up the goal. So a good defensive play there for Helton, able to bring it back in possession for the Ice, and the Ice capitalized, 6-4. Eisenbray was the one to come down with it for the goal. Still a good crowd on hand tonight. Exciting to see a lot of these fans out here supporting their teams, supporting their players from various teams. We saw the former Mayor of Boulder throwing out the ceremonial first pole. I mean, this atmosphere has been good all night long. And a lot of support being shown for these players and teams as they come out here for this Colorado Showcase.
Another great pull. It's a nice thing about altitude.
Altitude plays a lot of factors into sports here in Denver, and frisbee is a big one of them. That one thrown down, going to be a little short. See who can come up with it, and it is completed. Nice completion there. And now see if they can execute for the finish as Dietrich came down with it. Ice able to get back, and they complete it for the goal as Caitlin Weaver, her third goal of the night for the Fire. That was a great play there. Able to come down with it, bring it down for a goal. It's 6-5 right now with 8 minutes remaining in this second quarter. It's a pretty dangerous pass to get it down the field, but they were able to execute on it.
But it works if it works.
It works if it works, yeah. It was a good job for Team Fire. Dietrich able to get back and kind of snag that pass out near midfield and able to bring it for the goal. So now Punjunis ready for the pull for Team Fire. Team Fire needs an opportunity here on a break to tie it. That pull will mark down. Okay, now Team Fire with Team Ice, excuse me, with an opportunity. On point,
Big huck.
Helton's looking deep.
Looking for Megan Maxfield.
Maxfield on the run, brings it down. Foot on the line, looking to just get it all the way over. Right there, quick little screen pass is completed. Megan Maxfield gets it for the goal, and it's back up to a 2-goal lead. Ice up 7-5 now. Talk about a huck though from Helton, getting it down the field quick.
An absolutely beautiful throw. Fantastic.
Helton, your player of the year this season, able to make a phenomenal pass down the middle of the field. Like we mentioned earlier, the Western Ultimate League completing their first official season. Their first season was supposed to be in 2020-2021, if I'm correct, but it was canceled due to, like many other sports, due to the pandemic. And so this year, 21-22, was their first official season. The Seattle Tempest came away with the championship just recently, and so these players getting a chance to kind of extend that season a little bit in a postseason showcase. Just get a chance to have
another
a little more
big
fun.
huck.
Huck going down the middle and leaping grab with it, and the finish all the way through. Ellie Melik with the grab on the huck, and Dietrich with the completion for the goal.
This has really turned into a game of, we're seeing those hucks really making the difference, getting a lot of ground covered in the field in a few throws, and then some pretty easy back and forth into the red zone to get that score.
Players taking advantage of that wind kind of dying down here recently, and saying, hey, it's calm right now, I might as well. There's a lot more consistency on passes than when we got 20-mile-an-hour winds. Ellie Melik coming down with it on that grab, getting up over her defender, and Dietrich finishing it in the end zone to make it a one-possession, one-goal game. Kristen Pajunas with the pull.
You know, we asked for an exciting game, and these players are giving it to us.
Yeah, why not? Team Ice, quick passes, move it up near midfield.
Full field swing here.
That one low. What a snag by Helton. Excuse me, that was. They're waiting for the call. I believe that was actually Myland on the grab, and they're going to say it hit the ground. Now, Team Fire trying to take advantage of the confusion. This one floating up in the air, staying down with it.
It'll work.
And it works. Kristen Pajunas.
Oh, fired up. We got a kick spike. Fire is back in this game.
The Fire is fired up, and they are back into it. Taking advantage of a little confusion there as Team Ice thought that they came down with it. Myland had a great snag. It just, they're saying she grabbed it off the bounce and turned it around, and Team Fire wasted no time. That's close. I mean, you could see where it looked like she got it off the bounce, but that was very, very close. And then just wasting no time on the huck was Kelly Iwamoto, and she finds Pajunas down in the goal. Tack on one more, 7-7. We got ourselves a tie game. Why not? 6.5 minutes remaining here in this first half, as that pole's going to go soaring out of bounds.
Looks like Ice might be trying something a little fun. Looks like we're coming out with a side stack. It's the other great thing. These teams, right, don't have any set plays, so they're just kind of trying things on the fly, seeing what works.
Yep.
Isolation.
Getting over there, and great
Daniel's going to
coverage.
get a piece of that. Generate a D for Fire.
Yeah, Mayfield was the one to bring it down, and now Way with it. Way up the middle, and it is dropped in the middle.
We're looking at Maxfield deep.
Now the wind just pushes it up. We got a gust of wind there right when that was about to come down, and you could almost see the disc just levitate right over her hand. Just a tough break there, and that will be. Now once again, turnover.
Ice will get it right outside that red zone.
Ice, and just too low. So some turnovers on both sides.
I think that defender may have gotten a slight piece of that, and that's all it takes in this game.
Yep. Throw off the trajectory just a little bit. A nice snag over the top for Team Fire. And Gabby.
Stepped out of bounds.
Oh, yeah. Just not aware of where she was. And that'll go right back to the ice. So this has been back and forth. Possessions
Great inside
changing.
look.
Here we go, looking for that goal there. This one floating up high. Can it stay in? And what
work.
a grab. That will work. Felicia Yang brings it down for Team Ice. And they are back on top, 8-7.
Flanders putting up that assist, and she's a player from Oregon, so that was maybe a look at players being affected by the altitude. Really close out the back, but her players saved it, kept it in.
Yang fired up. She's excited, back on top. Take a look here on this nice pass. Just barely stayed in bounds.
Flanders just doesn't know her own strength out here at altitude.
Right. Hey, she made it work. Yang was there. She was ready to do the little toe tap, keep a toe in bounds, and bring it down. You know, one of the things I've noticed, some of the Fire fans have they have little cups with homemade fire. I don't know if you can see it in that shot there, but you know, we'll have to eventually see if we can find someone else with one of those fire cups. It's pretty cool. They got some red, orange, and yellow crumpled up paper, and you can just tell how excited some of these fans are to come out here and get behind their favorite players.
The Ice defense coming in really fast. They are wanting to generate a turn right here.
So now the Fire with an opportunity here, passing it up the field. Fire still looking for something there, and they're going to go for it. Too high up and right into the hands
Maybe an
of
easy
Roy.
D. Oh, DC's D though. Melinda Alvey coming down with another one, getting it back for the Fire.
So both sides on display here. Pajunas trying to make something happen. Gets rid of it. Now back to Pajunas. Great defense right now. Pajunas got that one tipped, but a great grab. Dietrich able to snag it. Now back to Pajunas. Pajunas adjusts on the fly and gets it through for a goal. Tie game once
with
again.
The score there.
8-8. Back and forth we go.
Fire goal scored by number 22, Kira Harunikova.
These teams just happen to have an answer for everything.
See that D again.
It was a nice smooth pass too, but just perfect deflection.
And that break throw also, really beautiful.
Now Pajunas off the pass, gets it once again, and great execution there to complete it for the goal. Yeah, there you go. You can see those fire cups. People getting arts and craftsy out here. I wonder if anyone's got cups of ice, although I don't know how long those will last out here.
In this hot weather.
Yeah, it might be turning into water, team water here pretty soon.
It is a summer day out here in colorful Colorado,
Yes.
that's for sure.
Yes. Glad that those cups of fire are just paper. Now Team Ice trying to make something happen here with just over 3 minutes remaining in this first half. And they're moving up the field with their win, picking it up, and it's just out of the reach of Cynthia Thomas. Wynn kind of pushed it as she was trying to come down with it, and incomplete. That was close. She almost had it too. So an opportunity now for Team Fire.
See a big deep look, not going to work this time.
Yeah, and they haven't had a lead in a while. Trying to get one back here as they go into the half break. Pass up, and just on the right spot. They're going to say she's in. Yang with the score, and Felicia Yang makes it 9-8. So it feels like the Ice, even though the Fire have kind of kept in this game really close, the Ice just still a little bit out in front.
They might be a little bit in control right now. They're feeling a little calm, a little chilly.
Yep, they are feeling chilly. It's a great pass.
But Ultimate is a game of momentum. So if Fire can have a couple more points like they did to catch back up, this could be a totally different story here. See them take the lead.
Yeah, and you talk about momentum, especially as this second quarter comes to a close here in a couple minutes. That momentum going into that break is big. You talk about kind of a mindset as you get ready for that third quarter. Well, if you can come back and tie it, or if not, take the lead going into the third quarter, that does a lot for the momentum starting off. Good pull there.
Elise Toporalski really getting down there. Full sprint, acting like she didn't even play a tournament today.
Iwamoto off to Cogburn. Cogburn up to Rick Huerte. Gabby with it now. Actually, that's Kyra. Dietrich looking for it. She finds Cogburn. Cogburn up with it, and a diving grab by Kyra. Kyra Honikorva. Wow, that's a tough last name.
We can call her
Harunikova. Harunikova. There you go.
Might be a reason she goes by kayak.
Yeah, probably. She's rowing out there.
She is.
They have the pronunciation guides and everything for us, but sometimes it's just very, very smart last names. We'll take a look at this, and an exciting play on her end as well as she laid out all the way. Got some air to make this grab. Look at that.
Beautiful.
It's one of those ones you hope that the photographer is able to get a perfect picture of you just completely supermaned out, full air.
You can see the crowd kind of jamming.
Oh,
We've got some good music here at DU.
The DJ is ready for this Saturday night party here at DU.
5 stars from us.
Yeah, we're fans for sure.
Pool's gonna be out of bounds.
Way out. That one floated away.
Yeah. Maybe they think we're playing on a different field.
Right. Just a bit far.
Been
that looks like my drive earlier today on the course. Just a bit right. They check back in and started up at point. Up the middle for Yang, and just right out of her hands.
Unforced error there, uncharacteristic of Yang.
Now Team Fire with a little heat on their offense. They're going to throw it, slowing it down, and contact there. Looks like they're going to just play on.
Yeah, it looked pretty clean. Both players went down without too much contact. Straight layout.
And it will go back to Team Ice. So Team Ice with it. Now they're seeing if they can get something working here with just under a minute remaining in the second quarter. And a tie game. Low pass, corner shot, looking for the end zone. Helton up, and it's low, and the wind just knocks it down. Maxfield, excuse me, was the intended receiver and had to almost stop completely when that disc just stopped midair. Yeah, and you hate to see it because she was pretty much right there.
And Fire takes a timeout.
Good timeout. Trying to come up with this last possession here, 23 seconds. As you mentioned last quarter, the team with possession when time expires continues to maintain and finish that possession going into the break. So the Team Fire trying to kind of formulate a plan here, plan of attack, and potentially, as we mentioned earlier, take the lead and get that momentum going into that third quarter.
Exactly, and I would anticipate that Ice is going to come out here with some really, really hot defense for 23 seconds. They want to get that possession back and be right on their end zone line and be able to get that goal in.
Yeah, and on the flip side of that, like you said, whichever team is able to come up with the goal, if possible, going into the half break, that changes the momentum as you go through halftime and into third quarter. As you mentioned earlier as well, this is a game of momentum. And right now, it's felt like the momentum has been slightly in favor of the Ice, but the Team Fire has not really allowed much room for Team Ice to get too far ahead.
Once again, the only concession stand open is the concession stand at the east side of the stadium near the clock tower.
So here we go, 23.1 official seconds left on the clock. I know the screen says 0, but on the scoreboard will tell you 23 seconds is the official time remaining in this second quarter. Still going over it here. And now here we go. Team Fire gets rid of it.
Ooh, and it was a quick turn.
A quick turnover, and now Team Ice in the red zone with an opportunity here, 15 seconds and ticking. Helton with it. Helton, nice little juke move.
Great save.
And a great catch on the other side. Tries to get it for the goal, and it's completed. And Team Ice goes up by 1. Jade McLaughlin comes down with it, and it's 10-9.
Once again, no surprise, Team Ice finding Jade McLaughlin in the end zone, making this look easy.
On that game plan for the Fire, immediately turned into a great game plan for the Ice on defense as they were able to come up with the quick turnover and score on the break. Great grab there, one-handed.
Colton does a great job of moving her mark there.
Yeah, talk about that little kind of stutter step there, just kind of faking right, passing it up on the left side. Created enough separation to get that pass off. And
the fans are hyped.
The fans are loving it. Wow. That is a ton of energy. You love to see it. Jeez, I don't know if I've hit that much energy all day. I need to borrow some of that energy up here. And this game is definitely full of energy out on the field.
All right, looks like this is going to be the last possession.
Yep, they did corral it and in time before the clock expired, so this is the final possession here for Team Fire.
Opportunity for Fire to tie it in going into half. We've got a wide open player in the end zone.
They're looking for it. Deep shot.
High.
Defense coming in and blocked down. Great D on the end for Team Ice as they go into halftime with a 1-goal lead over Team Fire, but you know they're only up by 1. This is still a very close game. You know, Team Fire has kind of been playing from behind, but anything can happen. And right now, we go into halftime, the 1-goal game. A lot of excitement in that first half of action on both sides. We're going to take a break, but after the break, we come back for more right here from Western Ultimate League Frisbee.
I really want to show young girls that they can be athletes too. I've struggled with imposter syndrome and I've really had to ground myself in why I play. I play because it's fun. I like to compete. I like to show it with my teammates. I like to push myself to be the best. And I think being out there and doing that for them and having other people see and potentially think that, hey, that can be me one day, that's really exciting.
I know I've struggled in my own life to take up space, and I think that it's so amazing that the ultimate field has changed that for me. That I can get out there and I'm like, no, I know I am a good cutter and I know what I need to do here and I know my role on the team. And I think that it's just helped me open up so much. It's also led to more confidence for myself. And I really want for other women and non-binary folk to see that, oh, they're out there doing this. How do I get into that? What does that look like? What's my role there?
I really liked a combination of both endurance and shorter, more competitive sprints, and then also going up directly against players. And I think that also is what attracted me to Ultimate as well. Understanding what you're capable of doing is just a really great experience that kind of drives you to just get better at those individual skills in sports.
My ultimate story, I've been fortunate to have coaches and friends and the community to encourage me to be the player that I am today and ultimately fall in love with the sport of ultimate. So I hope that the Western Ultimate League, like this program we have today, the Open Side, we continue to connect and welcome new fans and future players and continue growing this community that we all love. I think hopefully one day that someone will fall in love with the sport as much as I love it.
I think that's the biggest thing for me is just knowing that we're giving an opportunity and visibility to the sport for young women. It's the best thing.
One more time.
Oh,
yeah! Oh yeah!
Baby!
Cody!
The atmosphere here is just exciting right now.
It's a beautiful night. The stands are packed.
He's going for it, laying out and making the catch. Frood went over the top of everyone. on our hands. Colorado, or excuse me, the Team Ice has taken a one goal lead, 10-9 over Team Fire, but really this has just been back and forth all night long, and it's been fun to watch. Christian Sai is here, joined by Emily Brixey, and Emily, yeah, this is definitely not disappointed us here this evening.
Absolutely not. These athletes have really shown up. They're giving the crowd the plays that we want to see. You know, looks like we're on hold. We're on no team has more breaks than the other team. Fire's going to receive this quarter.
That's big for the Fire, as they were not able to execute, as the honey pot, as his shirt says, looks like he's fired up and ready to go, as Team Fire will get the pull here. But they were not able to execute at the end of the second quarter, but able to take possession here with a big opportunity to start the third quarter. See if they can capitalize on it. Nice huck going downfield. That one's going to float back. See if they can read it. Up with it, and oh, it's brought down. Jennifer Ricoarte throws it deep, and what a play in the end zone. Dana Elimelech is a goal on the way, and Team Fire ties it with some acrobatics early.
Fire goal scored by number
And here are those fat heads we were talking about a little bit earlier. Halftime. Told you the fans are excited to have this professional ultimate game here in Colorado.
Why not? This is you can't ask for a better setting for this. Before this game, we had the Colorado Summit taking on Seattle, and now we've got Team Fire versus Team Ice in the Western Ultimate League, and the bobble there with a fingertip grab, and then turning around and just making a great pass. Doesn't get much better than that.
Got to stay heads up in this game.
Ellie Mellick also heads up, being in the right place at the right time too, recognizing that that play wasn't over when the disc was getting bobbled there, and able to kind of continue running down the field, getting in the right position to complete it for the goal. And ladies and gentlemen, we've got ourselves a game, 10-10. Team Ice now with an opportunity to answer their first offensive possession on point here in this third quarter.
And you can see both of these teams have really hit their stride, hitting each other, learning what throws everyone has and what they're looking for.
And just like that, Yang with an answer. She tosses it up in celebration and right back at it. The Ice, it's 11-10 now.
By number 25, Maryland Wright.
So we call just walking that disc down the field. They're making it look easy.
Walking through the greens here and high-fiving at the end. 11-10. But a nice, exciting offensive drives on both sides to start off here the second half. Cynthia, quick pass there, right on the money. It's funny, you can actually see in the background Jacqueline Wynn was celebrating before it even came down. She knew it. She knew it was there.
That's what we call having faith in our teammates.
Right. A perfect pass, perfect execution. Gets their team the lead as Helton will prepare for the pull. Helton with a little arch on it. Gets it underneath that wind, but it will float into the stands. Maybe just short of the stands. Nope, it's in the stands. Little souvenir there. Let him keep it.
Another
Come on.
cut helping us out.
Get it signed by one of the players after the game.
Great to see the Colorado Summit players out here supporting the Women's Professional League.
All right. Had their own successful game earlier, beating Seattle. Now getting the chance to just spectate. Team Fire, a mistake on a low pass. And now Team Ice with the break. Helton has to make a play here. She's going to go end zone, and in traffic, they're going to see if she got her foot down and say, yes, she did.
Betsy Bash there, keeping her toes in bounds.
Betsy Bash from Arizona, bringing it in. Actually, she plays for Arizona. She's actually from Littleton, Colorado, though, so playing in front of maybe some friends and family.
Here it is again. Be able to see her really toe that line.
And she knew it, too. Great awareness.
Yes.
tiptoeing her way in the end zone for the goal.
Betsy Bash also headed to Masters Worlds here in Ireland in a couple weeks, as well as playing in Club Worlds in Cincinnati in July. She and I will be on a team together. Really looking forward to playing with her there.
That's exciting. Yeah, getting a chance even just to go to Ireland in general is fun, let alone to go play in Ireland. I imagine that's a good time. Line drive pull, fading far side of the field, and it's going to be knocked down and gathered up, and a mistake there as Wei just couldn't quite get it on the pass. Looked like she was kind of turning a little too soon to look down the field, and now an opportunity here for the Ice to go up by
Jade
2,
is
by 3.
way out of bounds, though.
Oh yeah, she lost track of where she was.
There are a lot of lines on this field.
I was realizing that earlier too when I got here. I feel like I would make the same mistake as a player. Even though you know better, you just...
She knew it too.
Going.
She caught it and immediately knew that she was out of bounds.
Yeah, it's
easy mistake to make.
Exactly. It's not like it's separated
Good
by
deep
dirt.
look.
See if that defender can
not
get up.
Gonna work.
Yeah, the disc just soared a little too far. Now another break chance for the Ice. So the Ice have tied their biggest lead of the night by 2, but are trying to extend that to 3 here. As Yang up with it, gets it off the deflection and brings it down. McLaughlin. Now they're going to look down. McLaughlin on a foot race. Down in the backside and up with it.
Of course it'll work.
Of course it works.
Another look to Jade in the end zone.
Biggest lead of the night for the Team Ice, 13-10. And Team Fire got to figure something out here quick, as they're starting to slow down here, and it looks like all the momentum is leaning towards Team Ice as the Arizona players on Team Ice celebrating. McLaughlin just kind of snapped it and took off to the races.
I love that deep look from having that disc in your possession to going deep, because your defender's not always looking for you there.
So now Team Fire with an opportunity here to try to kind of chip away at this lead that has seemed to build up for the Ice.
Yeah, let's see if they can play some nice, clean offense here.
A high floating pull. That thing parachutes up there.
It's going to allow the Ice defense to really get down there, set marks, set hard defense. They are playing hard handler defense.
Team Ice seems like they're playing a lot more aggressive, and now we've got a whistle.
We're sending it back.
I actually didn't see what the call on the field was, but it will be going back to Team Ice. So Helton now has it at point. And a quick pass, trying to make it a 4-goal lead here. Helton, end zone, and snagged on the backside by Cynthia Thomas.
Number 77, Cynthia Thomas.
Cynthia Thomas bringing it down. Crowd loves it. She gets a little love from the fans there. Love from her teammates as well. 4-goal lead. Take a look.
But again, this game is a game of runs, so all Fire has to do is come down with a couple easy O points, get a couple Ds, and they'll be right back in this.
We got some Arizona jerseys in the stands. People coming from all over to watch this Colorado Showcase. First time we've seen the Western Ultimate League Showcase here this year. Here's Helton.
Another great pull.
Yeah, staying up there a long time, giving her team plenty of time, but it'll fly off to the left side.
Gonna catch a little wind.
So now they will center it up. And You mentioned the wind, though. We actually have seen the wind die down a good amount. That first quarter, the wind was a big factor. Kind of seemed like it was going to play a big role in tonight's game, but no, it's
died down.
It's died down. It's turned into a very pleasant evening as it normally does here at this time of year in Denver. A nice balmy mid-80s evening for some Western Ultimate League Frisbee.
Fire's got some great movement right now. Making really easy throws and catches. Ooh, spoke too soon.
Yeah, that was a good throw too. Just a little too tight on that was Pajunas. She wasn't able to bring it down.
A little spicy.
Little spicy. Getting a little too hot on that pass.
I'd expect nothing less from the Fire, though.
Yeah, agreed.
Oh, great attempt to lay out D there.
Oh, and just a little mental mistake there for the Ice as she kind of moved too quick with it, dropped it, and now Team Fire trying to capitalize, and they do. It's going to work. I think they thought it was intended for the first receiver. Ended up going over her head, and hey, someone needs to catch it. As long as they do, it counts.
Trash buckets count the same as regular buckets.
I put it on the board. Back to a 3-goal lead here with 7 minutes, just under 7 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
We'll be drawing the number at the end of the third period. Make sure that you get your ticket at the merch table.
Definitely see Fires looking a little bit more mellow than they were in this first half.
Yeah, that last possession, you mentioned it though. You kind of saw a bit of a spark from them. Just kind of that last pass was a little too far out, but able to recover off the mistake from Team Ice and execute for the goal. So we'll see if they can use that as an opportunity to gather some momentum here and march down the field on defense. Good pull right up the middle. Very good
Fantastic pull.
And low pass.
Borelski is going to be able to reel that in, luckily.
Here goes. This one looks like it's going to catch some edge and die down incomplete. And now a break opportunity for the Fire, and this is exactly what they needed. A chance to maybe pick up a goal here, make it a 2-goal game, and kind of build on that momentum that they got from that last goal. Here it is, wide open in the end zone. Can they get it? And it just didn't stay up long enough. Kind of came down a little too quick.
Great heads-up defense there by the Ice player. Oh, looks like we're gonna have a call.
Yeah, it was intended for Ellie Mellick, but just in the right spot. Disc just didn't stay up long enough to give her a chance to get separated. As we'll take a look at this. A little bit of a wobbly pass to begin, but nice catch. Yeah, we can see it just come down a little too sharply there towards the end. She knew it.
Quick timeout here.
So they do take a timeout. And they're going to discuss some things right now. So we were talking a little bit before we started this game about how the players were chosen to be on each prospective team. You knew a lot more information about that than I did. I mean, what was the process like? It was a really unique process that the league took to actually determine who plays on Team Fire and who plays on Team Ice.
Yeah, exactly. So really fun. The Western Ultimate League allowed voters to go onto Twitter and decide which players would be on which roster. You know, it was player versus player and kind of fun questions like who's most likely to say chili in a turnover, or who's most likely to play in shorts in the an earlier season in the game. So just kind of fun playing around with the community and
so getting them involved. They took fire and ice, the terms fire and ice, as literally as possible.
Very literally, yeah.
That's, I would expect nothing less. It seems like the fans are doing that as well here. We've mentioned before that we've got the Fire Cups out there. Haven't seen any Ice Cups, but I'm still holding out hope.
It's never too late, Ice fans.
No, it's not. And heck, their team is playing well, up by 3 here.
Great save. Once again, a heads-up play from that Fire player, keeping the disc alive.
Team Fire. Oh, and they're going to whistle down.
Looks like a pick call, a little bit of traffic there in the middle. Again, it's just you get some of that traffic when you're not used to running a set play together.
So Alvey with it still, passes it, and now they're going to huck it. Team Fire looking for it all. And once again, the pass breaks just a little too short, and it's not deep enough to lead the intended receiver back into the end zone, and it will be a turnover. So now a break opportunity for Team Ice as they hold a commanding 3-goal lead. Good pass as it sneaks through to a receiver. Team Ice looking down the field.
Another great puck look.
Maxfield, one-on-one. Maxfield with it, and it is dropped in the corner end zone. Incomplete, but a good look there.
We might have a discussion. Maxfield calling a foul, it looks like.
Saying there was contact.
Looks like they're checking in with the observer.
Looks like they said
observer's going to say no foul.
Yeah, no foul.
Jeannie Kwan, that observer there, another local player.
So no foul, so it will be a point on, it will be a point
Fire
to
dis.
the Fire.
Interesting look there. Not quite going to work this time.
So now break opportunity, break chance for Team Ice with 5 minutes ticking off.
Oh no, looks like Elise got caught by the turf monster.
Yes, she did, but luckily she had someone behind her ready to snag that one in the backfield. And they keep the possession alive. Jacqueline Wynn was there, and that pass from Wynn just too far out back. It looked like a little miscommunication there. We talk about, the fact that these players, a lot of them haven't played together ever, or at least for over a long time, coming from different teams, and so maybe a case of that right there, where she kind of expected her receiver to keep driving in that same direction, and they ended up breaking. Nonetheless, Team Fire with an opportunity now back in possession. And Fire trying to get something going here as they're going to look deep. Fire with it, up with it, and a great completed pass to Kyra.
I think Liz Murphy came down with that. She's a great player, great receiver.
Correct, yeah, Liz Murphy was the one. I was mistaken there, but Liz Murphy takes it, and Fire still with an opportunity here in the red zone.
Right on that door. Let's see if they can stick it in.
There's Murphy. Murphy got it down there, and she's the one who finishes it.
And the fans and Fire are getting some of that energy back.
And we're waiting for that one. Liz Murphy makes it 14-12. And they are creeping their way back into this one.
Big hug, though. You see teammates Betsy Bash and Liz Murphy doing a nice hug, celebrating that point, even though today they are competitors.
And that pass leading them right where they needed to be. And the excitement and celebration on the sideline from Dietrich as well, as she watched on. Came in for a big hug there, yep. As the Fire Cups are burning here on DU's campus. 2-goal lead for the Ice, but Fire starting to creep their way back into this one. And now playing under the lights as the sun has set on this perfect evening for Ultimate. Pass up, Helton jumping up, getting elevated, and gets it off on the transition to Yang. Yang, good defense there, just kind of blocking her lane, but she's able to pass it up the middle. Lexi Roy in, now gives it up. Maldonado.
Squeeze it in there, and it's going to work. Marilyn Wright with the score.
That is all they needed right there.
Ice goal scored by number 25, Marilyn Wright.
Marilyn Reich, a Denver, Colorado player here. She's from Albuquerque, New Mexico, but living right here in our our own backyard, Denver, Colorado. Wright plays on the Arizona team, which a handful of these players do. Getting an opportunity to play in front of a home crowd, though, here in Denver. There it is.
Very, very cool reaction from her on that score.
She was ready. And I believe that is her first goal of the game. So 15-12. The Ice back out on top by a handful. Good pull up the middle. And now Team Fire.
Fire could really use a nice clean hold here. I think that'll give them some confidence as they move into this final quarter.
Wow, Iwamoto snuck that one through. As Cogburn was open on the near side, didn't get the attention of her receiver, and now she ends up having it. Yep.
Pick call looks like. Isn't going to affect. The players will get reset.
And they tap it back in. Up with it, and grabbed and brought down. Going for it all in the backside. Cogburn, an easy knockdown, and snags the goal. 13-15 now.
And that's going to feel good for them. You know, you have to have faith in your offense that they're going to walk it down and have a nice clean point like that.
Yeah, good execution there as well. I really liked the pass, though, earlier in the possession by Iwamoto, who just kind of snuck it through almost 3 defenders, it looked like. And, you know, that was a pivotal play to keep that possession moving.
Great attempted layout D there, too.
Nice little floater. The finesse and the finish. Two minutes and 12 seconds remaining here in this third quarter as Team Fire will send it towards the ice across the Denver logo. And it'll be down near the quarter line. Out to the red line near side of the field to Yang. Yang looking deep, goes around her mark. Cross field slant and just over the reach.
Great pressure defense there. That's really what made that turn happen.
Maldonado just couldn't quite get up high enough. And now it will be a break chance for Team Fire, and they need to take advantage of all of the break chances they can get here, down by 2.
This player's really looking for that.
Comes up with it. Now she's got to wait for her team to get back. Murphy on the count. Still in the red zone. Finding an opportunity, hammer pass, unbelievable pass. Works like a charm, completed in the backside of the end zone to Aubrey Sheehy. And Sheehy, Audrey, with her first goal of the game, and it's a 1-goal game here with just over a minute remaining in the third. That was actually one of the first really well-executed hammer passes we've seen kind of all night. On that backside, too.
Love to see it. We love an upside-down throw. It's kind of the fun part of a showcase game, right? We get to see players putting throws that are in their arsenals that maybe aren't always safe throws. They're less likely to put in high-pressure games.
Yep. And you get, and I feel like for games like this too, like even though, like you said, that's maybe not as safe of a throw, the more you can complete it in times like this, the more of a safe throw it becomes. The more confident you become to be able to do that and execute that in high pressure situations. And so, yeah, there is a lot of skills being kind of fine tuned in games like this as well. Pass inside, Team Ice moving the disc around the field. And great defensive play.
Dina.
So now looking deep.
Look right for her. Is it going to work?
Going all the way. And incomplete. They had the right idea, trying to go quick with it. 30 seconds ticking down on the clock.
Fire really needs to get it back here if they want to have a chance to put up one more point in this quarter.
Only down by 1.
15 seconds.
Which is really where they started this quarter at. And at one point they were down by 3. Team Ice, the turnover.
Betsy Bashman getting a great attempt to keep it in.
And they're going to...
She looks injured.
Yeah, they're going to call a whistle here as trainer's coming out. Looks like she laid out for that and just a little slow to get up. She's stretching out her leg. And you love to see the effort, but obviously also wanting to make sure these players, you know, stay safe and stay healthy. She's up okay.
Looks like she's able to walk it off at least, but gonna take a sub.
And the clock did technically expire, but the official raised their hand before the clock expired. So I would imagine they put a couple seconds here on the clock and give Team Fire a chance to put a possession together. As they are, the booth is radioing down to the field to get information on how much time to set back on the clock. So they're going to actually leave the clock at 0 and just say 1 possession. So Team Fire has the last possession here. Time has expired, but they get to finish out the quarter right here.
Really great D by Maxfield. Maxfield is a highlight reel, and it's great to have her playing out here in Colorado.
Maxfield, yeah, she said, "Hey, you know what? We're not gonna even let you have much of a possession here. We're gonna send it to quarter up by 1." But that's how we came into the quarter. The Ice leading by 1 over the Fire, 15-14. And right now we'll take a second to set it to break, but we'll be back with more after this.
We believe that women and non-binary athletes deserve to be seen and our abilities showcased for the world to see.
We believe in perpetuating Ultimate by establishing professional teams and developing future generations of players.
We believe players of all identities and backgrounds deserve an equal opportunity to be recognized and lauded for our achievements in our sport.
We believe in sustainably and responsibly creating equitable and accessible avenues for women and non-binary athletes to join and participate in our sport.
We believe that being transparent,
open,
and responsive to criticism is critical,
and that there should always be space
to fix our mistakes,
grow, and be better.
We are the Western Ultimate League.
The atmosphere here is just exciting right now.
It's a beautiful night. The stands are packed.
He's going for it, laying out and making the catch. Frood went over the top of everyone. Final quarter of action here, just about ready to get started as the lights are on and the pole is off for Team Fire, going off to Team Ice. Team Fire trailing by 1, but at their lowest point in the last quarter, they were down by 3 and were able to kind of come back and make it a 1-goal game. So now an opportunity for Team Fire, to maybe tie it up or take their first lead of the game here in this final quarter.
Big
as
Team
Ice trying to hold it and just out of the reach of their intended receiver downfield, and it is incomplete, and Team Fire with a break chance.
Once again, it's been a long day for some of these players, so they got to try to keep that energy up for these next 11 minutes.
Sally Mims couldn't quite come down with it, and now Team Fire with it. As a nice layout for Gabby. Far side and tipped up and out of reach. Good play there for Team Ice's Jacqueline Wynn.
Looks like there was a call, but we have since rescinded it.
Yep, and they're going to take it back, and so Team Ice will get it back once again. Wynn breaks the mark. Pass far side, looking for Yang. Corner end zone. Can she stay in bounds? She cannot, as it is batted down
by Liz Murphy.
Liz Murphy's doing it on both sides of the field. 15-14. Break chance for the Fire. Potential to tie it for the first time here in this fourth quarter, and first time in a while. As Yang's,
sub.
Yeah, Yang's checking out for Team Fire. Well, we've had some exciting games in Colorado today. You know, we had the Colorado Summit playing right before this one. They picked up a win over Seattle. The Avalanche got a win against Tampa Bay, 7-0 earlier. And now I know that we don't have a Colorado team specifically playing in front of us, but an exciting game, a 1-goal game in the fourth. So you can't really ask for much more in an all-star level game. And some highlights maybe as that one thrown and dropped on the huck. But nonetheless, just fun sports to be watched in Denver today. Really everywhere you turn. Also, there was a Rockies game. I don't know the outcome to that one, but I know just a lot of different options here. If you enjoy athletics. Right now, Team Ice showing off some athleticism on their side, trying to put together a goal and bring it back to a 2-goal lead. That one low pass is grabbed, going for Cynthia in the corner, and it's
far.
Just a little too far, as you said. Cynthia couldn't quite put on the boost enough at the end there. Middle and a drop there for Team Fire. Looks like she looks like she kind of almost tripped a little bit as she was going up for the jump and lost her balance. So now Maldonado on point, and that's an easy
point
goal
for Ice. Unfortunate timing, unfortunate location for that Fire turnover.
Yeah, Sally Mims. Just about as easy as it gets there. 16-14 now, 2-point lead for
Ice goal scored by number
Ice.
23, Sally Mims.
We say after that turnover, getting set up, Maldonado just able to
really
put it right
quick.
in the spot. Yeah.
She was paying attention. She was looking to see right when that player was going to pick it up, and she was going right to that open space.
When I like that they kind of walked slowly into it, picked it up, and knew exactly where she was going to go.
Yep.
Didn't even have to think about it, like you said. Just kind of was prepared, and that's tough to guard too, because you think everyone's kind of taking a break, getting set. Nope, we're getting right into it.
Looks like Betsy Bash is back on the field, so good to know her injury wasn't too major.
That is a good sign. So now Team Fire, who was trailing by only 1 coming into this third quarter, now trails by 2. They have been playing from behind really for the majority of the game, but the most they've ever been down by is 3. And like I said, came into this fourth quarter only down by 1. Trying to bring it back to that lead for the Ice. Bajunas on the edge, near side.
Oh, great attempted D there but the Fire player is going to keep it reeled in.
Uh-oh.
Oh, an injury.
Yep. Looks like just came down a little too hard on. Looks like she's kind of holding her ankle as she gets off to the side.
Trainers there. Yeah,
she was
awkward
kind of
contact
coming
with the
up.
ground.
Yeah, she's able to get up and kind of scoot back off the side, but still stretching it out there. The Team Ice will continue on. Far side, looking up the middle. Cynthia on the right side. A couple of receivers coming near side, and now good defense there by Pajunas. Setting the mark. Immediate turn and throw, and a beautiful pass all the way up. Maybe looking to go back cross field. Go an inside cut, and Cynthia going over her head, trying to get to it. Cynthia lays out and brings it in. Showing that extra effort there at the end. Helton, far side, corner.
Big crossfield throw, easy score.
And a little wobbly pass into the end zone, completed for the goal. Maxfield with the completion, and that was big for Team Ice right there, as they were able to put together a great possession and making it 17-14, tying their largest lead of the night. But, you know, it all came set up off this big layup by Cynthia, who just saw that it went over her head. Stays with it, though.
Great adjustment there.
And then finishing it right there to Maxfield. Just like that, 17-14, as we have entered about halfway, almost halfway through this fourth quarter. Still a good crowd on hand. Enjoying these fun and exciting game that we have on our hands here. This Team Fire will get the chance now to answer, down by 3.
Ice out playing a zony defense.
Maggie O'Connor with it. O'Connor flips it back up to Gabby. Now near side to Lucia Way.
Fire's doing a great job of finding the holes in this. Ooh, not gonna work that time though.
Yep, found too much of a hole there and passed it away. Not the pass they were looking for, but now they get a chance to play some D here. As we see Maggie O'Connor playing tight, but it still is able to sneak through right on that goal line.
Player down. Oh, great sportsmanship. The Ice player helps her up.
And in the end, the Ice player comes up with the completion. That would be Sam Myland, I believe, on the catch. Myland with a goal there. 18-14, biggest lead of the night for the Ice, as they pick up a 4-goal lead here going into the final minutes of regulation.
Ice goal scored by number 16, Sam Myland.
Myland gets the catch from LP Aragon. Aragon, nice little dish. Or excuse me, that was coming off of Emily Flanders. Aragon to Flanders. Back to Aragon. There
Beautiful
she is.
attempted layout D there too.
Yeah, Kelly Iwamoto putting her body on the line. Full layout, just couldn't quite get her fingers extended far enough to get a finger on it. But good effort, as you mentioned. Playing hard too. It's fun to see a lot of these players playing hard. Not only is this a game that doesn't really count for much besides just a fun game.
Oh, bragging rights for sure.
Exactly, but also, you know, like you've mentioned a couple of times, you know, some of these women have played already multiple times today. So you're definitely running out of steam at this point, as we have a call on the field. They're pointing down towards the ice.
Must be an offsides call.
They're still discussing it, but it looks like Team Fire's heading back down towards the ice's line.
Brick. So if the team that is pulling crosses the line before the disc does, it's called offsides.
Yep, just like a kickoff in football.
And so the offense gets to take it from the middle of the field.
So there you go. And just right through the fingertips of Ellie Mielek. Going downside, Mielek having to go play defense, and it's through the fingertips on the other side of Eisenbray.
She is going to be thinking about that one tonight. You can tell she normally gets that.
Yeah, she was frustrated with herself there. Another missed play there for the Fire as the pass was dropped, and then on both sides. Slippery hands here.
See if Fire can take a cue from Team Ice and maybe chill out a little bit.
Yeah, just a bit. Both these teams need to slow it down a little bit. Looks like Team Fire's figured it out a little bit, and yep, she wound up for that one. See, is it high enough? Right on the money. McCready in the corner to O'Connor. O'Connor near side. Not enough. Brittany McCready with it. Has to complete that one last pass. Maybe two. Cogburn, she's hoping for one last pass. Well, she'll throw it up and just too far into traffic, and it's incomplete. A big opportunity there, just couldn't quite get it to go through. Now Ice. Oh, they had a player downfield. The Ice had Megan Maxfield deep by herself. Just didn't recognize it until too late, but they do hit Maxfield cutting in.
Big undergainer.
And now Maldonado with it. Maldonado jukes through her mark.
A couple players going deep there, but they're going to look it off, maybe playing a little more conservative.
Eisenbray, corner, up the middle, wide open. Doporalski gets the break point, and it's 19-14 as Team Ice is now rolling here. They are showing off in the showcase. I want to know where I can get one of those. Those look like a lot of fun.
Some of their club teammates supporting their female pro players out here with some fat heads. Love to see it.
Yeah, right. That's fun. I remember during the pandemic, you know, you'd see a lot of sporting events that weren't having fans coming inside to watch the games in person. So you could either buy a fat head where you could have your cardboard cutout to put yourself in there, or you know, they do it for you. That was always fun. So I always thought it'd be cool to be able to keep one of those and just bring it out to games and whatnot. Team Fire with it now. Got about 4 minutes remaining in this game. And they've got to make something happen quick, and that's not gonna cut it.
Trying to save it, but just quite out of reach.
Quick pull to Cynthia. Cynthia backside, backpedaling, and makes the completion for the goal. 19-14 on the break, and Team Ice is rolling away.
Number 77, Cynthia Thomas.
Cynthia with another great goal there. What a dynamic player.
We've got some young PA announcers up here in the booth getting the crowd hyped. Love to see it. Cynthia getting the crowd hyped as well with this beautiful catch.
Great read.
What a game we've had. Back and forth. Just this fourth quarter seeming to pull away from Team Fire, but Colorado Ice has really been executing on all fronts all night long. Not a lot of mistakes on their end, especially offensively. It seems like a lot of those mistakes have come defensively from their side, but you know, a lot of that is just these players getting used to playing with each other and you know, kind of playing as a team. But all in all, Team Ice has done a very good job of remaining consistent offensively all game long.
And they've been playing really, really tight D. We'll probably see it again. Contesting a lot of throws, making it hard for these Fire players to easily get it into the end zone. Great team D by the Ice.
And I liked your comment earlier about, you know, the team that kind of learns to play cohesively the quickest is going to be the team that probably wins. Well, I can definitely say that that's been what it looks like for Team Ice, that they've been the ones that have, you know, kind of seemed like they've figured it out the most, playing with each other with a lot of new players. And you can see the difference that it's made. 20-14 the score, but Team Fire putting up a fight all game long, and still 3.5 minutes. This game's definitely not over. Team Fire knocking on the door right here of making it a potential 5-point game.
Great attempt layout D.
There it is. Team Fire makes it a 5-point game. 20-15 on the goal. So, you know, they say it's not over yet.
It's not over, and there's also still plenty of time for these athletes to make plays. And, you know, again, we're at a showcase game. That's why we're all here.
Yeah, pump the highlight reel, right? You know, you never know. Get a SportsCenter top 10 play.
Here's that attempted layout D. So close.
And, of course, finishing it right there, leading the receiver, Dana Ellie Melick. The perfect placement for the goal. 20-15, Fire still trailing. Just over 3 minutes remaining. We have seen some good highlights tonight. A couple, I actually really think arguably the more impressive highlights that we've seen, at least in this game, have like you said, kind of come from defensive plays. You know, players laying out, getting the deflection, getting up over the defender to deflect it. It's been a lot of fun to watch. In the middle in traffic, and might have gotten a fingertip. Talk about that good defense.
That's what we call an intimidate.
Iwamoto to Cogburn. Cogburn with it. Far side of the end zone.
Fire gets one in there.
Fire gets it on the break. Audrey Sheehy with the completion, the San Francisco player. Taking her away from Oakland, California to compete in this showcase. And the Fire down by 4.
After the game, kids can go onto the field and toss with current players and get autographs. Once again, after the game, kids can go on the field to toss with the pro players and get autographs. Just a reminder, if you go onto the field, absolutely no food or drink.
Nice little completion right there. And that was a good offensive drive, too. Really moving it up the field quick. Good sportsmanship there by Cynthia, recognizing the successful play by her opponent.
The young Fire fans still have hope and energy.
How is that Fire? Is that taped in there? I mean, how is that not flying out? Is what I want to know. They are fired up. I wonder how many times I can make that statement. Fired up for the Fire here.
2.5 minutes or so to see how many more times you get it in.
Yeah. Over, under at least 6.
In the end zone here. Working it out. Great handler movement by the Ice.
Yeah, trusting their ability to control this possession here. And look at this. They're just
great movement.
Marching up the field. Wow. Not even letting the defense get set, and that's what they're doing, and they're going to go for it all the way down the field. Maldonado just too far. But talk about a cohesive drive. And all the way up until the end, that looked clean. That was actually probably one of the most, I don't know, that was one of the prettiest offensive possessions we've seen tonight. Just couldn't quite complete it at the end, but see that Team Ice, that's what we're talking about, them really being able to figure out how to play as a group really well. Seeing that on display there, but Team Fire trying to do the same thing, and here we go.
Wide open players deep from the Fire.
2-on-1, down the field, Pajunas up the hill.
And she's, into the
fast signs.
That's the kind of celebration we like to see from the Fire.
She is fired up. That is a perfect opportunity. What a moment. That led her right into that backside of the end zone. And it's a 3-goal game with just over a minute. We got to take a look at this one. It doesn't get much prettier than this. We saw her wind up and plant that foot, and it was off to the races at that point. And the boost by Pajunas there at the end. Couldn't even stop her momentum. I wanted to see her just hurdle the fence like it was just a
She can do it. She's got the athleticism for sure.
Yep. In full stride, just right over the fence. You're like Forrest Gump, just keep running, you know. You just have too much momentum. Don't even try to stop yourself. So now Fire on defense will try to get a break here. But the Ice have other plans. Cynthia going 2-on-1. Cynthia, it is right in her hands. She was right there, guarded pretty well, but able to kind of back off, and then a drop on the other side, and it'll give it a break opportunity for the Fire, just what they needed. So the Fire, little hammer pass.
Great hammer break throw.
It's the second one that we've seen from the Fire that have worked just to perfection, and we're going to stop it to discuss something here.
No jumping. Say no jumping.
Looks like they might be calling a timeout. Yep, they are. The Fire's going to take a timeout. I think it's a pretty good timeout, too. 41 seconds remaining, down by 3. Take a timeout here, get a game plan going, and
we'll see if they come out in a little bit of a set play, maybe. I would assume probably they're looking for a fast goal here. And Ice is probably going to do everything they can to stop it.
Well, we again want to thank everyone for making this special event possible. Colorado Summit for providing the venue and resources needed to make this happen, as well as the broadcasting crew to stream the game, and Phil Long Family of Dealerships for providing cars to our WUL players visiting from out of town. Experience Phil Long and drive Colorado online anytime at phillong.com. And I mean, you know, we could both say that this has just been a great hospitality here, having us both getting the opportunity to enjoy our evening. We know there's a lot of other things you could be doing on a Saturday evening, other sports you could be watching, you know, and you chose to spend your time with us watching these two teams and these players compete out here on the field. It has been a lot of fun for us to watch, and we hope it's been just as enjoyable for you to get to watch as well. So we thank you guys for being a part of this, and we're glad we get to be here bringing you this action here in a really special and unique showcase for the WUL. So here we go.
Ice is coming out in a hard zone look, a cup defense right here, because again, they're really wanting to stop that big throw.
Just under 40 seconds. I know the clock says something different. It's 40 seconds remaining.
Great break out of the cup.
So the Fire will try to move it down quick, as you said. But good defense so far by the Ice. And now that clock is back. 23 seconds. Crossfield.
Another great break out of the cup.
Going to Cogburn. Cogburn has it. They got to get it out quick. They go up, and it is batted away by the Ice, and they celebrate on the sidelines as a great defensive play knocks it down there at the end.
Fantastic D from Helton.
Team Ice will take the last possession. They're just going to huck it. Send it downfield, Cogburn on it.
For Betsy, and it's just going to grab it. See if they can make this a 21-point game.
Going for it in the
Betsy
corner.
Again.
Oh, Betsy.
And she's going to get it.
And that's the exclamation point right there for Team Ice as they win in style. Celebrations happening in the corner of the end zone. 21-17, the final. Team Ice over Team Fire. And just like the Avalanche beat the Lightning today, the Ice beat the Fire. I'm liking these elements.
It was all rigged from the beginning with the
names. It was meant to be, exactly. It was meant to be here in the Colorado Showcase. And plus, we hope for more Ice than Fire anyways as a state, so we're going to take it. Team Ice with the victory, 21-17. But what a cool moment and an experience for these players to get to, some of them travel and play, some of them playing in front of friends and family, and just be able to compete and have a good time out there on the field as some of these players are preparing for future games here as they approach the rest of the summer. Some of these players just out here having a good time. It's been a lot of fun.
Absolutely, it's been a great time. We were so fortunate to have this game happen here in colorful Colorado, and hope to do it again soon.
Yes, a great opportunity for the WUL. But speaking of future Ultimate games, we want to take this time to remind you guys, and I hope that you guys get the opportunity to join us next Saturday, June 25th, when the Colorado Summit take on the defending West Division champions, the San Diego Growlers, right here at Peter Barton Stadium. This Battle of the West Division's best will be nationally televised on Fox Sports 2. The Big Leagues opening poll will go up just after 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and kids under 12 are free, of course, as always. Get your tickets while they last at thecoloradosummit.com. What a fun game. So we are looking forward to that one, but enjoying this one and the celebration that happens as well. We saw a lot of fireworks out there on the field from both sides. This was a close one all game long, but in the end, Team Ice comes away with the victory. And with that, we will take us into the rest of the evening. From myself, Christian Saez, Emily Brixey, and our entire crew here, we thank you guys so much for joining us and taking time to watch. And we'll say, have a good rest of your evening, everyone.